What's up, YouTube? Sea-Dog, and I'm back with another review, another ShFiguarts Dragon Ball Z review. This time it's on Super Saiyan Vegeta, my first Vegeta figure. I do have the SSGSS Vegeta figure coming, the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta. So yeah, let's break right into it. So we have some accessories. I guess we'll go through those first. We have a couple of hands for kind of like martial artists hands. Here, let's bring this back over here. And as you can see, just white paint. You've got the details here and stuff. Yeah. So not bad. I like the pose. And they're painted white. Very cool, very cool. And we have his push hands, where he pushes the energy. Get that same line work for where his fingers bend. And I guess he's wearing gloves because he has no fingernails. And he has white hands, obviously. And we have some grabby, slight posing hands. Yay, the hand section. So, I guess these are for grabbing Goku to choke him out because he's jealous of him. We have a few head sculpts, face sculpts. We've got the looking to his left. Whoops, that's not going to work. So that's pretty cool. I like how we got the sculpted and painted mouth. Still with the depth in the ears, how they're sculpted in. It's not just paintwork and lines. The eyes are done with paint. The eyebrows are sculpted and painted. I feel like the light just got a lot worse all of a sudden. And we got a little bit of creases in between his eyes for that grizzled look. We got some painted and shading in his hair. Looks like a yellowish hair with orange shading, almost like a metallic orange. So that's that face. And the last accessory is another face where he's looking to the right and he's more angry. You can see a vein coming out on his left side. He's got some line work done underneath the eyes. As like anger, and you see his teeth are slightly opened. Next, we go back to Vegeta himself. As you can see in the background, we have the box. It's got a couple poses for him. Kakarot! Him yelling at Goku. As you got Super Saiyan Vegeta on the side. This is in a renewal packaging. Dragon Ball Z, Tamashii Nations, Bandai, Funimation, ages 15 and up. Some Japanese we can't read. And there, got that. One thing I would suggest is these come in the feet too. When they come in the feet, I would just leave them because they make the feet a lot more sturdy. These ones didn't come in the feet. These ones came in the shoulders, which is I have no problem really removing, and in the waist. And I'm going to show you why. It makes them very hard to, not hard to stand, but it makes it makes them bobbleheady. And you can push it down, and it'll stay, but he stayed a lot better before I pulled him out. But anyways, as you can see, I have him in his crossed arms pose. So that's cool. Let's get this out of the way. Alright. And one thing I wanted to say is on this side, it's just like a matte blue. And on this side, it's like metallic and it's almost like painted blue. It's just a shade different than the rest of the blue. This is normal. And then this side is just a darker blue. It's like they put the wrong blue on or too much or something, but it's not a big deal. He got his face. I like this face the best. I love the paint shading in the hair. I'm not so fond on the metallic, but I love how you can't really see the crease where you take his face off to change faces. The armor's cool, and I like how they actually, Hasbro doesn't do things like that, outline the armor with paint. It's just not something they're familiar with. Their MO is not that. He's got an armpit joint that goes up and down, left front to back, so you can get him in the front. Same arm will go right across the front. You can get it in the back, so you can reach behind his back. Do his little thing like this that he does. This guy will look up, so I like how they've engineered at least this figure to look up. That was strange. That looks like it'll be a pain to get in, but hold on a second. How does he put it in the right? There we go. But it will look up, so that's cool. Looks down too. Tilts. Side to side. But looking up definitely gives it a risk to pop right off, but no big deal, you just pop it right back on. His neck has some movement, so I guess you can move it and then get even more of it down. And more of an up, I suppose. It'll loosen up over time. We have a hinge that goes outward. We have a bicep swivel, and actually this is right there, that cut mark right there on Piccolo, the last review, is you want to pop that off on both sides, and then there would be some pegs on the actual crossed arms. Those are the ones with the pegs, and you peg the crossed arms into the shoulders. So you peg it on one, and then you move it over, and then you will peg it on the other. Not in this figure, I'm just showing it, but right where this is swiveling is right where you pull it off. I'm not sure if this has that. It looks like it does have that feature, but it didn't come with anything. So he can swivel up and down. He has a double joint, but it's not that much of one. Matter of fact, it really only moves from there to there, so you get that much more. About maybe 15 degrees, but it brings a little bit more. Meanwhile, his head's falling off. Get it popped on there. Okay. So he does have a double bed, just not as much as you'd hope, but he can hinge his wrist around and swivel it and hinge it again. So that's cool. Like that, like that. He's got that same pop-up joint where you pop it, but it doesn't really have any range. I mean, you can go back a little, but honestly, it just makes it bobbly. And there's not really enough range for it to mean anything. And there's no belt to cover it up. I kind of wish they you could swivel on the waist as well. It makes an awful noise. I don't really think that's a good idea. Oh, and it cracked it. Wonderful. I wouldn't suggest swiveling it. So maybe mine's a cracked figure, I'm not sure. Oops. You can lift his legs up pretty high, but he does that weird... He's got the bicep, or the thigh swivel in there. So you can get it to go sideways, so he does like an Indian style. Almost an Indian style. Yeah, you can do an Indian style. So you can get him to do Indian style in the air. Doing some meditation or something. There. Anyways, yeah, so he's got that hip joint. Not bad. How did I get that working back? There, he's got a double bend in the knee. Showed you the thigh swivel. He's got a foot that hinges a little down. Not really any up, but he does have that nice toe hinge, and you can roll it around in that joint to pop. Well, you can to get the ankle rocker. There. And like I said, I wouldn't suggest swiveling the waist too much. I don't know if you'll be able to see up there. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Probably not. But there's a crack. There's a crack now. Alright, so we'll show you how. I mean, all you do is you take it by the ear, kind of pull it off like that. There's a couple holes on top, a couple pegs. So we'll put on a new face. Get him his angry, whoops, his angry face. And we'll put his new angry face on. And something right here. Okay, so you want to put that first. So you want to put the ears together first, and then you can set the hair on the top back. And there we go. That's gonna be my review, guys. I was using partial sunlight, and it just went away. So if you got something to say, leave it in the comment sections below, and leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't done it already. Please subscribe. I'm going near 100 subscribers. At 100, I'm going to have a contest, and anyone in those 100 subscribers will be entered in the contest. I will have a second contest at the same time for anyone over the 100 subscribers. I believe that's how I'm going to do it. But and share with your friends, and we'll catch you next time, guys. So, you know. Get him in a nice little pose before I go. Oops. I feel like his, I feel like I get backwards his thigh because it's not going up like this one. So I'll have to fix that. I'm not really sure what I did, but see, it doesn't go forward now. So maybe just pose. Anyways, take it easy, guys. Subscribe.